Hi guys, and welcome back to Allotment Diggers. Well, in this episode we're going to be clearing a path through now for the shed to be moved on to its new foundations. However, we've got a lot of things to do in the process. Now, you've probably seen the back of me allotments a million times, and you would have noticed is a big plastic tarp with a load of dahlias in the buckets covered up on one of the beds, and in another bed there's loads of bags of compost, and in that same bed there's a load of celery. Now we have to move all that lot out of the way to be able to even contemplate moving the shed. So earlier in the week, we've had 4.5 days of rain, but about 5 days ago we lifted a load of celery up, and I give it to a few friends on the allotment. So let me show you just lifting this celery up.
Finally got hammered by the snow, so we're just going to lift these out now, and then we've got this bed almost clear, so it won't be long. Once we've got this bed clear, we move them bags that are just behind them over there, and we'll be good to go. Small steps, so let's lift these out and get rid of them.
You know, I'm not kidding you guys. It's only the leaves what are a bit brown. These are pretty nice and crispy. So I've seen what this tastes like. Alright then. Oh well. Perhaps we won't throw them away. Right, so we got the bed clear. Left them blanching celery. There's a result. I'm just going to put these somewhere, and we'll continue doing what we're doing, the tidy up of this bed.
Well, I'll just give the celery to a couple of friends of mine. There's nothing wrong with it, so they've had it. So all I've got to do now, it won't be today because I'm too whacked out, but I'll be tipping all them bags of chicken manure and soil onto the bed in front of it. So I've got to move all the dahlias and them that are underneath that tarp there. So that's the job I've got to do. And well, the onions held out okay. This is that celeriac. It's doing alright underneath there. Could do a little bit of weeding in the onions, but that's neither near nor there.
So we got all the celery out of the way. Woohoo! It's took that long to get rid of it. I wasn't going to waste it, but we've got it out now. So the next move was to move all the dahlias. Now, there's not many places I can put my dahlias. However, where the blue shed is what we're going to be moving, there is a space at the back of it. So that's where we're going to be moving all these dahlias. Now I'm going to show you the dahlias in question, what we're going to move. I'm going to show you where maybe moving one or two of them, and I'll show you where we move them to. So
Guys,
I'm going to do that now.
Very, very windy and noisy today. But what I'm going to do, even if it kills me, I'm going to move all these dahlias what are underneath this tarp here, and I'm going to move them behind the shed here. I'll still be able to get the shed out and bring the shed across the plot, but before I can move the shed, I've got to move all this lot, so they've got to go. Then I'm going to be tipping all these bags of compost into that bed there, so I've got a lot to do. So if it starts raining, I'm going to have to drag the camera off, but first thing is to lift that tarp up, so I'm going to do that right now. them stacked up like that. So what I've got to do is lie them flat and put that sheet over them to protect them. So I'm going to do that right now. Well, it might be a bit messy, but all them plant pots there, well, the big pots what I've got the dahlias in are covered over now, and they'll sit okay there. So, like I say, it's a bit too wet today to do anything in this bed, but tomorrow I'll be putting all these, some of these bags into that bed. But we'll get all the bits of weeds what I can see in there. They're only tiny, but we'll get them out before we do anything. And yeah, we're almost made a path now, all the way through. Let's just take this off its stand. Step back here a bit. So as you can see, we can almost walk through here now. So the shed, obviously we'll have to take them bars out. Take these out here, these are already done. That goes straight into the chickens then. And there's a few more of them purple cone cabbage there, so I'll be taking them home, they're alright. And then we can walk it across this way. And that's all I've got to do now is sort the shed out on the other side. But I needed to do this, I needed to get it sorted as soon as I could really. I've been putting it off and now we've finally
so there you go, we've got them all moved, and them dahlias should come good later in the year, even though they're still in soil. I can't see there being no problem. We've got them covered up again, and we will be doing something with them dahlias shortly, but at the moment we'll try to concentrate on getting other things done. Now, as you saw, we've moved all the dahlias off the bed, so the next thing to do was to the first bed near the chickens. We needed to top that bed up, and we've got inside a load of plastic bags in the other bed was a load of chicken manure, and there was a load of compost as well. However, the chicken manure was what we wanted to put in that bed to rejuvenate the soil, and now that's been rotting down for over 12 months, that stuff, in fact probably longer. We have got some new chicken manure in the compost bins. What we do is we rot it down for about 8-9 months, then we bag it up and put it to one side, and then we put the new chicken manure into the composting bin and rot that down for 8 months. So between rotting it in the compost bin and in the bags, it's there for about 14-15 months rotting away. So what we wanted to do was to put a few bags into the bed to build the bed up so it's level with the top of the boards now. And well, I'm going to show you me doing some of that with my long-handled shovel. I tell you, you really need to get yourself long-handled tools. I suffer with osteoarthritis in the spine. I can't bend. It's like when I do bend, it's like someone sticking a knife and twisting it in between the two vertebrae. That's the sort of sharp pains I get. In fact, on Monday I've got to go for one of these scans, big CT scans, bone density scans on my back. So like I say, I cannot bend, so I use long handled tools, and with that I'm not bending, and they really do help. So any of you with back pains, get yourself some long handled shovels. Look for long handled poles. If you can't get the long handled forks and rakes and all this lot, look for the handles and then change them over. You'll never go wrong with it, I tell you. There's nothing better than a long handled shovel. And you're going to see me digging a bed over now. What we're doing, we dig trenches and we're going to put the chicken manure in the base of it, and then we backfill it, and then we move on and we go right down the bed until we completed it. So I don't know whether I'm going to show you time lapse, or I'm going to show you me doing a little bit and then show you the end bit and show you the end result. I haven't put the video together yet. I'm doing this. I'm doing the talk over now to show you what we've been doing. So I'm going to be surprising myself. What we can do. We might even add a bit of music. I don't know. We'll probably just show you me doing the job at hand. So here it comes.
Well guys, I've got some of this well rotted manure here, and there's a few bags of soil mixed in with that, and we're going to be putting it into this bed today. We're going to try and clear all these bags out of the way. I want a run straight the way through so I can bring the shed through. However, some of this I'm going to be digging down into the bed here, and I'm going to be shoveling it in and layering it, sort of thing. So where it needs layering, I'm going to layer it, but other than that, it's all going into this bed today, and hopefully we'll have it done in the next hour. So I'm going to leave the camera rolling in a moment or two. First things first, I'll have a cup of coffee before I do anything, and we'll have at it. So be right back. Well, there you go guys, one bed filled right to the very top. What we'll do just before we start to grow anything in it, we'll get the fork and we'll flip it over, and it'll be good to go. And what I'm going to do now is tip that other soil onto that other bed and just rake it flat. I've already done what I've done here on this bed, I've done on that bed over there already. So it just needs, I'm going to put that topsoil just to get rid of it out of the way. But you've seen how soft the soil is. That's we've had 4.5 days of solid rain, and so that's why the soil's a bit claggy. But as you saw, I hit it with the rake there, and it just broke up into a fine till. So yeah, that's what a lot of people tend to forget when they've grown something. They forget to put something back into the soil, and if you don't put something back into the soil, you're going to get nothing. Next year your crops are going to be half the size that they was the year before, and and you keep doing that, and before too long there's nothing growing in your soil at all, and you're wondering why. Well, that's because you need to add fertilisers, compost, horse manure, chicken manure, which I've just put in there. All that in there is chicken manure, broken down, crushed up wood chip, thanks to the chickens. So that one's so to speak been put to bed. So I just got to move on to the one over there where them bags are. I just got to tip the bags in, rake it flat. But before I do that, there's a couple of tiny little weeds in there that I'm just going to pull out, and then later in the week what I'll probably do is put some scaffolding boards across these beds, because the blue shed over there has got to come this way across here. This is why I'm doing all this as I've done it so soon. Otherwise I would have left this a little bit later, but better now than later, I would imagine. So there we go, this is all done, thank God for that.
So as you saw, it broke down really well, that soil which we was digging out. It was very claggy. Well, I thought it was claggy, but when you hit it with the fork, it just the rake, it crumbled. Now we've had 4.5 days of constant rain on them beds. However, we've had some really severe frosts, and it all crystallised the soil there, so that's why it's like a fine tilth really. And that chicken manure is now will be rotting away even further underneath the bed, and come April, March, April, we'll get the fork in there and we'll flip it, we dig it over, and we'll mix it up even more, and then it'll be good to plant in. We won't just leave it like that, we will give it another digging, but that's in another 8 weeks. Now we still had 4 more bags of compost left. Well, it wasn't compost, it's soil, it's rotted down, it's soil what I've had in bags for forever, and I decided I was going to top that bed up as well. So I'm going to show you me just topping that up, the second bed up with the soil. We'll rake it all flat, and then I'll show you what we've done at the end of it.
Well guys, we took all them weeds out, there was absolutely hundreds, look at them there. So they're all the weeds out of the bed. What we're going to do now is tip them bags over and just spread the soil, it's topsoil in them bags, and just spread it out over this bed. And that's it. We've got a clear path from one side to the other. So I'm going to have at it. First things first, I'm just going to put that in the compost bin. So I'll be right back. Here's a tip. Never throw your compost bags away. They're always come in handy for something else, and they're great for making tip runs to get rid of stuff that you don't want. Never throw them away until you really have to. I've had lots of use out of all these bags. They're great for putting chicken manure in to let it rot down, old compost. They're well worth keeping hold of, so there's a tip, never throw your plastic bags away. Right then, quickly gonna wash my hands. I'll come back and we'll spread this out. Well, there you go. That's 2 beds done. We've raked them. Before I come to plant anything into these beds, what I will do is quickly flick them over with a fork. That'll mix what's left, what hasn't broken down of horse manure in the beds, both beds. That's that one over there as well as this one. And they'll be ready to plant come March, sorry. March, April. We'll be getting things off to a flying start in these 2 beds. We have this bed to take care of as well. We'll be doing that shortly. But this one here, these 2 beds here are very important to clear. Now I can start thinking about moving the shed across now. We couldn't do that while it was like it was. So I'm going to clean my tools, my spades, my fork and what have you, put these plastic bags away, and I'm going to have a nice cup of coffee. So that's it, jobs are good one for today. Go guys, very important, clean your tools. We'll give them a good wash and these will last you forever as long as you keep them clean. But this is a fantastic spade, this, absolutely brilliant. Keep it clean and I'll be using it until when I'm 100. So there you go, it's all done. We've got a clear path now straight through from one side of the plot to the other side, so we can bring the shed round and over. We just got to clear all the stuff which is in front of the shed, and yeah, that's going to be a lot of faffing about because it's all paving stones, and well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, we're on the move anyway. And as you heard me say there with the plastic bags, never throw your plastic bags away, you know, your composting bags, because you can put all your weeds into them bags and you can just let them sit at the back of your plot rotting away nicely. And that's what I do, I let it rot away nicely. I put a lot of chicken manure in them bags as well and let them rot down, and then, you know, you can mix it with other stuff as well. If you've got a lot of rubbish that you need to take to the tip, you can use them bags to take them to the tip. It's so versatile, and you know, there's more than one use. Just, you know, you get your compost, you take your compost out. I know 90% of you throw your bags away. I do know there's a lot of you that keep your bags, and that's the way to do it, really. Anyway, I hope you like what we were doing there, and we're slowly getting there with the shed. And I have noticed a few of my snowdrops coming up, and a few other strange little flowers coming up as well around my plot. And I've got a couple of little clips here just to show you the
the snowdrops, there's a few irises and crocuses, and there's one or two daffodils that have opened as well. So I'm going to leave you with this, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye for now.